Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the Boombar on your Boom Radio NG. And my name, Ola Dolupo.
My name is Shola Rogers, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Yes. It's a very wet. It has been a very wet week in Lagos. Yeah. So, how's your week been? Hope it's not too cold. Some of us do not enjoy the cold, but it is what it is. And then enjoy it while it lasts, because I'm sure that by the time heat comes, we'll all be complaining again that the heat is a lot. So that's it. Just enjoy it while it lasts. But if you're just joining us for the very first time, you're listening or you're watching us right now, it is Boombar on your Boom Radio NG, where we give you just about everything, anything and everything, from sports, entertainment, music, what's it called now? Politics. Weirdly, a lot of politics these days, though, but it's what it is. It is what is big in Nigeria now. So we kind of don't all have a choice, but that's a lot of things that are trending right now. So we're going to be talking about a lot of things. Football we know that the football transfer season is open, so there's a lot of back and forth. Somebody got sacked today. Another player seems to be arrested. We don't know whose name. Someone seems to be arrested. Another club looks like they officially have their first signing. It seems like the transfer market is definitely picking up. People are not joking at all. Also, we know that the Women's Africa Cup of Nations is actually on. And Nigeria played yesterday. They are actually like a nighttime champion. They've won it the most. I think out of 12 times. Yeah, they won it 9 times. So a lot of people are rooting for them, not just Nigerians. They're one of the people that they hope that they're going to win this. And I'm not saying that they're still not in the running, but of course, they played their very first group game yesterday. It did not come out really well, but and some people seem to be bragging a lot about it. But you never can say anything is possible. Anything is possible. If you will not forget the last AFCON, how I think Egypt lost their first game
to Nigeria.
To Nigeria, and they ended up getting to finals. So, a lot of times those things really do not matter in those times. So yes, but it is what it is. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about, of course, politics. We're going to be talking about some very interesting news coming from Kaduna State that popped up today. I don't know if a lot of people had seen that news. There's going to be a little bit more politics here and there, a little bit of some people trending, entertainment news, and there's a bit of clarity back and forth, which I'm happy that why I'm happy to talk about this is that it also enlightens people about a few things and about the entertainment business and all that. So I think we should just begin and then just coast through and see where the rest of the hour takes us.
Yeah, that's what it is. Interestingly, yesterday we did a whole lot of sports, being like our own first official day of monitoring the football transfer market. And the transfer market is very, very interesting. It never sleeps, and there's always speculations, but we try to focus more in the realm of reality, because if you go with all the noise that you hear, you would be lost. Then you end up being disappointed if you're a fan, or you think that these people misled you or probably misread the situation, and that's the thing.
That's the situation. You see a lot of times, you see a lot of speculations, a lot of rumors, and I think about only like about 10, 15, 20% of those rumors actually ever come to fruition. So maybe a lot of times people should just calm down.
Yeah. So that's why we don't talk about all the transfers. We basically focus on what is real and what is tenable. Because, for instance, before the transfer market opened, Victor Osimhen was linked with all the clubs in the world.
Yeah.
Now that the market is officially
open,
there's really nothing happening. There's no movement on his side or any club.
Or any club, nobody's coming.
Yeah, so that doesn't mean...
That doesn't mean nobody's coming. Yeah. It also could mean that his club doesn't want to sell.
Exactly. So but the way it was being written about before the season ended, you'd be like, on the very first day,
he's gone.
Osimhen is off to
Which
Arsenal.
Which it doesn't mean that he's
off to Man United,
Chelsea.
Yeah. Even Newcastle, it was being linked to Newcastle at some point.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like we should be calming down. And so before we get to the transfer news, even though according for legal issues, there has been said that his name has not been released. But a Premier League and international footballer who they said is supposed to play at the Qatar 2022 later this year has been arrested on suspicion of rape in North London. And then my question is, how come these days we hear a lot of these things?
Yes, these days things are being reported now with new media, the devices and gadgets and platforms. Then people are bolder now. People are more open to reporting. At some point, a lot of rape victims, regardless of gender, rape victims, I use it, deliberately, would not report. There's the stigmatization. There's the victim shaming and blaming that happens when something happens to someone. People didn't really want to understand. Some just didn't care. So there's a shift in a few things. I'm not saying that we're there yet,
but it's getting better.
So these days, yes, you will hear a lot of things. But again, a note of caution. Not every report turns out to be exactly the way it is said.
Yes.
There are gray lines and thin lines that people should not cross. And people should understand, Again, rape is not just between people who know themselves. At times, it's totally between people who do know.
Strangers.
But it's also between even spouses can be raped. As a husband can rape a wife or vice versa. So rape is something that we need to be careful when we talk about it. And not everyone you hear, because again, you look at celebrity cases. A lot of people have been has been pinned with the toga of a rapist, then later turns out to be that that was not exactly what happened and all of that. But in this guy's case, it looks like it's a serious one because the news broke last night, and by now there's no name.
There's no name.
So
yeah.
There's something up somewhere.
It's very interesting because also today, Nick Kyrgios, a tennis star, has also been charged with assaulting his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then it's just, I can count 1, 2, 3 names of people that are on bail. There's Mason Greenwood. There's is it Benjamin Mendy or Edward? No, I think it's Benjamin Mendy.
The Mendy guy and the cat issue.
No. The Mendy guy that he and his friend that is charged for rape and all that.
Yeah.
So do you understand? There are few people that the Manchester City guy as well. So there's so many things that you hear and you're like, okay, is this just reportage that is better now, or that these things just get worse? And the truth is that one thing that this shows me at times is that because maybe someone is a celebrity, is big, is that it does not excuse them from bad behavior.
Exactly.
It doesn't. Not saying that these people did it, but my own is that some people have been charged with it. Some people you've seen just a few weeks ago actually. It's barely a week. The Epstein case about how, of course, the socialite, you expect that the UK socialite, you would not expect such a thing from people like that. But the interesting part where a lot of people have been talking about is that he's charged for literally collecting money to pimp young girls.
Yeah.
But nobody has talked about the people that he has pimped those girls to. Nobody said anything about those people. and there's just like a very quiet explanation for it. But the thing is that the bottom line is that we really should be careful. People should just be, at the end of the day, let's just, whether you're in sports, you're entertainment, you're whatever it is, just be a good person at the end of the day. So we'll move on from that, and we're still talking sports. PSG has announced a new coach. I'm sure that this was not, for me, this name wasn't, I would not say it was something I was expecting, but for a while now, we've been hearing that Pochetino was going anyway. It was not a surprise that they had sacked him. It was just that I wasn't expecting this person.
But this was a done deal. Look, this name actually had cropped up a couple of weeks ago before the end of the season, and eventually it was said by several top transfer market sources, like reliable sources, that the deal was done. But he had to wait in the wings until today, when Pochetino's sack or whatever is made official, before they can now bring this new coach out.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what's happening now. We don't know a lot of things that would be happening with PSG. Maybe this will bring up a little what's the word now?
What they're
we'll
after,
do a bit of shake up.
What they're after is really the
Champions League.
Everybody knows that it's like the holy grail. It's what they want, and they spent a lot of money and time trying to get it. And
but he didn't do badly, actually.
Mauricio Pochettino, to me, is not a fantastic coach, if you're going to ask me. Because, look, even I could have coached that PSG team without any badges, and I would have achieved the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, I get your point that it's not about the coach. The team is fantastic.
Without him, they were winning the league. With him, what happened?
It was still the league, so there was nothing new.
Tuchel was sacked. He was sacked from that team, and look at
he won the Champions League
with another team. And what has this guy done with the team? A team that has Lionel Messi,
that has Neymar, that has Kylian Mbappe,
Neymar Jr.
I can say for a fact that at least they're part of the top 10 players in the world. That team is a fantastic team. So I get what you're saying. Even without a coach, that team would win their league. They've been winning their league since forever. Winning the league is not a problem to them anymore. So yeah, Champions League was probably what they needed to win.
It's of course. What's his name? Galtier, the new coach. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that people thought was going to happen is that there have been rumors about Neymar's future. In fact, in the last 24 hours, Neymar has been linked to Chelsea. There are talks of Chelsea coming in for Neymar and Ronaldo, and they were going to pair them together. People have even made mock-ups of it and everything. It's trending and all of that. But now, to pour some water on that fire, Galtier, the new PSG coach, has already said, look, I have plans for Neymar. He's not going anywhere. I'm keeping him,
No, really. Except maybe his, what's he called? There's a buyout clause somewhere, or his contract is ended. I don't think anybody should lose Neymar. Like, he's an asset to any team. So what would be the plan? Like, that would, for me, as much as yes, PSG is who they are, and it's really for what they're gunning for, it would not make sense to lose someone like him.
Yeah. So Christophe Galtier comes highly recommended. Is the new PSG coach, and he has his work cut out for him.
He does, yes.
But again, with the kind of quality that is available to him and the backing of the owners, in the next, I won't say this season, because again, they need to be realistic with their chances. PSG have a strong team, but other teams are also.
Other teams, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, you have Ligue 1, but there's
City.
Do you understand? There's the Bundesliga.
Madrid.
Do you understand? There's La Liga. There's Barcelona. The Premier League. So you have a lot of people to contend with. You really do have. You might have a fantastic team, like you said. Bayern has a fantastic team as well. Real Madrid has a fantastic team. They just won the Premier League. They just won the Champions League. If you go to the Premier League as well, Manchester City is a fantastic team. Liverpool is a fantastic team. All these people are all playing in the Champions League. So you have to do something better than everybody else. So, like you said, it might not be a little realistic right now. Can they win it? Oh, yes, they have what it takes to win it.
So, which also takes you back again. If they're going to be patient with Galtier, their new coach, maybe give him 2 seasons minimum or 3.
But they didn't give.
So why didn't you give
Pochetino? Exactly my point.
You get
that's it.
Where I was
That's
going,
it.
yeah.
That's it. That's the point. So maybe they want results like right now, like what Tuchel did for Chelsea.
Maybe that's what they're.
Maybe that's what they're looking for. And if that was what they were looking for, why did you say okay? Now there's too much drama. Anyway, Manchester United has officially gotten their new first signing as Tyrell Malacia. Yeah. I'm sure I pronounced that. Yeah.
Where is the middle age? It's more like malaria.
Really, you're gonna do that?
My United people na joko.
So they officially have their first signing because a lot of people have been talking about when are you people going to sign somebody? Everybody's linked to you people, but nothing is happening. Like really, until don't let me say what out there to say. Okay, I can actually say it though because I would say this is the old Arsenal behavior. You people like 1,000 other people will be linked to Arsenal and then nothing. At the end of the day, I was going to say, okay, this is actually Arsenal behavior. What's happening? Manchester United looks like they're not ready to shell out money like before.
Yeah, I think in their case, it's understandable. They're kind of rebuilding. The new coach who took charge, at the end of the season, just like after all the games were played, he must have put his foot down on certain things, Again, if you notice, they have more movement out.
What's happening?
So the smart thing to do is to take your time to fill those spots and also get the kind of players that you want. You get, and again, in the back room, they've had changes also from the top admin person even down to their sporting directors and all of that. So also that would affect certain deals. Some of these deals that you get to hear about are not new deals. They are deals that they will be chasing. Some will be just like the Malaysia guy was actually on his way to, I think, Olympic Lyonnais or something. It was a done deal. And they just heard about it and hijacked it. And of course, before you know it, he's a player. So again, you would expect those kind of things to happen. But in their case, I think I'll just cut them a bit of slack because they've been having too many misses in the transfer market, buying players that they don't need, buying them exorbitantly.
So maybe they should have. They need
taking their time to not make the same mistakes. Because if you look at recent procurement of players, you're like, okay, Harry Maguire, what have they done? What's he called? There are other players that you look like, okay, what exactly has been the impact of this player, in the team?
I agree with you. So maybe that's why it might actually be a good move for them to actually like calm down and see what's happening. So yes, those are news from the transfer market. Before we leave,
there are a couple of other transfers that we can actually quickly just breeze through. This guy is been a big part player for one of the best teams in the world, and whenever they needed goals or they needed someone to change things, he was always brought in. Divock Origi.
Oh yeah.
So of course, a few minutes ago, he's now officially confirmed as an AC Milan player.
He's finally gone. I know that confirmed. I know he was leaving anyway.
On a free transfer, So that's a deal that just.
Oh wow! Liverpool is really going to miss him. Yeah. Liverpool will miss him.
Then Maya Yoshida has joined them. Schalke 04 on a free transfer, and of course he's a Japanese player that they expect to bring something to them. That's why they're going for him, but there are other deals, but we're just talking about the done deals and the confirmed deals, and those are deals that just came through. So I just had to quickly chip that in before we shift focus.
Oh yeah, there's news that I've seen that Tottenham's new signing, Richarlison, has been banned. There's a I think there's a 1 match ban or something about some incident that happened, and I'm like, okay. After he had put out a flare in the Everton win over Chelsea. So this was like last season issue.
Who is this?
Richarlison.
Oh, Richarlison is going to miss one game.
Yes, by the FA. Yeah, and I'm wondering. Okay, so what was his plan though?
Well, I didn't see the incident. I didn't see the video. This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Oh yeah, there's actually a video out there.
I can't comment on something that I really don't know much about. But of course, I like the way they uphold the rules. Like, if you like, switch from Everton.
You see your name that is there.
You're the one that committed this offense.
This offense,
and
yes.
You're gonna pay
exactly. So when we move off that, and then we come to Nigeria, where the women's national team is playing right now at the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. And they had their first game yesterday with the Bayana of South Africa. And they lost that game 2-1. And I think that winning to Nigerians, or maybe winning against Nigeria, a Nigerian team, is like World Cup for a lot of people. I don't know why, but the rate at which the South Africans are going on about it, you would think that is the finals of the game. You should be calming down.
No,
just one game.
No, they shouldn't be coming down. I have something to say about that. And if you were the one that has been humiliated by the Nigerian team year in, year out, tournament in, tournament out,
I don't mean that they're still not going to get beaten again.
You would celebrate it. You would milk it. Everybody has come there with their best players, hoping to get the best results. And, being paired against Nigeria in the opening game can be daunting to any team, except the Bayana. The Bayana are showing the Nigerian team that they're no longer pushovers. They came a few months ago to the First Ladies Cup. The wife of the president hosted a female tournament here in Lagos, and the South Africans got one over the Nigerians. Yeah. So it's not something in isolation. It's not an incident in isolation. We shouldn't take it and say, Egypt did this or
well, Egypt did it and it still got the finals. So
the Super Falcons actually lost. This is not the first time they're losing the first game. I think it was the same South Africa also that they also lost to.
And they still won
so they still won the tournament. But I'm saying that with South Africa, it is
something needs to change.
So let us stop.
They seem to have Nigeria's key. Yeah.
Don't take it in isolation. Look at it closely and say, they have your number now, and they're using it. Mm-hmm. We're not bad at playing women's football.
Oh no.
The issue now, and I said this a couple of years ago, I'm going to repeat it, is that the other teams have also improved.
Yeah.
So the quality of the game has improved. So we need to step up
the game as well.
We are this good. Look, we won this thing 9 times. I think Guinea or whoever has won it twice. And we're going for number 10. These countries that you're playing have never won it. So if they beat you and you've won it 9 times, trust me, they should have a party. These are the issues.
You're talking about that. The Nigerian football team, female football team, is arguably the best in Africa. So I get your point when, if you beat that kind of team, it should actually be a celebration. It makes a lot of sense. But I hope that the Super Falcons actually get back from this, and then they do the job as usual. I really, really hope so. We're rooting for them, rooting for you guys. Hope you guys do amazingly well though. So let's move on from sports and move on to a bit of news that broke early this morning from entertainment, and where Nigerian musician Burna Boy has now said that his latest single, Last, is the royalties from that. 60% of those royalties is owned by Toni Braxton.
Okay.
And basically what he's saying is that he had sampled a 22-year-old single. He wasn't man enough on his song. So, because of that, 60% of all the money he makes off this song goes to her.
Okay, so what's the news in this? Because I see everybody going off about it.
I think that it is not something that we hear every time. It is not something that, especially when in a Nigerian music scene where people literally steal people's songs. That's where I'm coming from. Even Burna Boy, I'm not sure that a lot of Fela songs that he has sung in the past, I'm not sure he pays royalties or he pays this to this person or that person. Like every recent, maybe would I say in the past 10 years, every artist that has come up in Nigeria in the past 10 years has probably sampled some old person song. If it's not Ebenezer Obey, it's King Sunny Ade. If it's not King Sunny Ade, it's Fela's song. If it's not Fela's song, it's Fatai Rolling Dollar. If it's not, do they actually pay these people? That's where I'm coming from.
Okay, so I just want to ask, because I saw this thing last night. In fact, it's been trending since yesterday evening. I see people trying to explain things, but I still haven't gotten how this news came out. Was it from an interview?
No, he was talking at a podcast.
And
it wasn't. Yes, it was an interview.
On a podcast,
yes,
and he revealed it.
Yeah,
it's not like he used it without permission. That means it was
it
was deliberate on his own part. You get now on his own part. For me, we need to realize that the music industry is a global village. It's a global platform, a global stage, and we've been operating within our own cocoon for so long, and everything that has a pro has a con. Everything in life has standards, and there are things attached to it. So success has come with this. If you want to sample someone's song, you have to do it properly anymore.
And for you to be global, you have to follow global standards.
And the reason why I was kind of like aloof initially is that let's go down memory lane. That's
the way it should be.
The people that you said they were sampling their songs, the Sonnies and the Obeys, there are some songs that we grew up knowing it was a Sonny Ebenezer Obey song. Then, in my research and always putting out music for BBNaija Classics, which comes up on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays at 10:15 p.m. West African time, every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I found an older version of it, not by Ebenezer Obey. Then I'm like, really? Easy Motion Tourist is my favorite Sonny song. There's an older version. Okay. What's happening? What's going on? Yeah.
And then just your bubble is burst like, oh my God, my chest.
So, I don't know what arrangement they had then. But now let's bring it closer to recent times. Not so recent, but not so far away. When Nigerian music started blending the foreign with the local, our artists stole a lot.
Stole.
Look,
don't even let us begin.
Truth. We might not like it, but it is the truth.
Oh yeah.
It was so bad that one of the biggest boy bands or groups in the 90s had a massive hit after hit in Nigeria. And one of the groups that they sampled came for a Nigerian concert. And this Nigerian group could not play the song that they sampled off that other African group.
Oh my God.
In the era of Makossa.
Oh yeah.
We all adopted, the way we've adopted, I won't say stolen Amapiano from South Africa now. It's the same way Nigerians, appropriate.
Appropriate is the word, not adopted. Appropriate. You literally take it for your own.
Well,
and then turn it into your own.
And
appropriate is the word.
And you know, so there's makosa everywhere. There's makosa in the church, in the club, it's all over the place, right? But you're not giving credit.
No.
When you're sampling or lifting. You can play the genre of music and create your own original, which is what Nigerians have done with doing piano.
Now, yes.
Creating.
I think they're more. The world is, like you said, because your music, you want your music to be global anymore. You have to like conform to standards now. So, Burna, I'm not making a case or I'm just saying it the way it is. That imagine when you have a hit song and you can't perform it at a concert because the original owners of the song are there, and that's been going on through the years. I catch code. Listen to the beat. Listen to the rhythm. You know. I think their whole releases then was literally. There's actually nothing wrong in doing that if you do it the right way. If you do it the right way, that's it. Remember the issue that happened? I think it was Simi that happened to that. The owner of the song Jeremy, like went off. And that's the thing. Like we literally just pick songs, and I think this should be a learning curve for a lot of Nigerian musicians. What do we want Fela to do? Fela will be turning his. What do we want Fela to do? Everybody. The horns, the beats, everybody. His lyrics, from Burna Boy to Whiskey to Davido to what do we want Fela everybody. So again, it's time we took it serious. Before you move away, because I know you're itching to move away. I remember that I was at a concert here in Lagos where Femi Kuti. You know, it was sometime in the 90s, and Femi Kuti was performing. It was a show it was organized by the French Cultural Center, and people started shouting, requesting songs, and people were asking for a Fela song, and he said that he even has something to say about it. That do you know that when he goes to France, which we know he goes to France a lot to perform, that he has to pay to perform his own father's song. And he said this. He didn't say it behind the scenes. He said it on stage. I heard it with my own ears. And I'm like, wow. Meanwhile, there were one or two artists then who came up after Fela died who were always performing Fela songs. For them to do their own one song, they cannot. And that's why they don't have careers. That's why they are nowhere to be found. They can talk, they can say anything they want to say, but they can't even create their own songs and create it properly and let it last. You get? So, if Femi Kuti, who is Fela's son, is paying to perform his father's song, please, who are you? What exactly is it that you're doing? So that's it. That's it, basically. Yeah, I think people should learn from this, and especially when music is now digital. Like everything is digital. You even use a song on a video, maybe on like Instagram or TikTok. It could actually be flagged down on YouTube. So at those points now, I think that is even more difficult to say that you're sampling people's songs without their permission anymore. So, you know, if you don't want your stuff, just do the proper thing and get it done. So let's move on from that. And there's one interesting news that popped up this morning, which I had to do a bit of digging because I wanted to say, okay, because these days now, people can go to court for anything now and then, you know, they get judgments for it. So this is talking about politics, and we're going all the way to Kaduna State. First, there's this story that is flying all over the place that Governor El Rufai has been endorsed to be the APC vice presidential candidate. Of course, there's been a lot of names flying around for the past few days, so we definitely will take those kind of news with a pinch of salt, except there is an official statement from the party or the presidential candidate himself. So the one that caught my eye is that the governorship candidate for the All Progressive Congress in Kaduna State, Senator Uba Sanni, has picked the current deputy governor of the state as his running mate in the 2023 elections. And you know, I went to do a bit of digging, and I'm like, okay, can you do more than 8 years as a deputy governor? And I found out that she's actually been only deputy governor. She just came in 2019. Yeah. which but even still, it's not a phenomenon that you see. It's not.
So it speaks to a lot of things. When I heard it, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So it speaks to the lady's humility also, being a serving governor and one time acting governor. She's actually one of the few deputy governors that I have seen who have actually.
Oh, she's maybe we'll say is the governor that's giving her that much roles. In fact, while I was reading up a little bit about her in 2019 when she came in, the first year of that administration, she was, which makes her the very first female to ever present the budget. She was one that presented the budget to the House of Assembly. Then she is very, very, very. She's one of the very few deputy governors we have in Nigeria that are actually very active. Like a month cannot go about. She's in charge of a lot of things. She's very, very hands-on. So I would say that this is a very good pick. This might probably not be, for me, it might probably not even be political. It might just be, which is what I'm always talking about competence. It might just have been, they've seen her and seen, okay, this is what she can do, so why not let her continue her work?
Okay, so it speaks to a bit of humility on our part. Like, look, I've been acting governor, I'm a deputy governor, and this guy is incoming. Why should I deputize for him?
For him again.
Why shouldn't I even be the one who's stepping up as governor? It could speak to that, or it could speak to desperation. Like, you just want to stay in power so much that you are going to accept the same role that you've been playing under a different person with a new person, an incoming person.
Yeah.
You know, it could speak to that too. You could look at it from whatever angle, but whatever part of the prism or sphere that you decide to look at this from, one of the things that I always look out for is how well people have performed in the roles that they've been given already. Again, in politics, there are always projections. So she might just be in line, but not now, in the future, to be a governor.
Yeah.
Not just a deputy governor.
Yeah.
And which will be interesting to have someone like in a state like Kaduna. But again, there's a lot of talk, but not so much. But there's been talk, you know, when she was picked, a lot of people 4 years ago were not happy with the fact that
he had dropped his former deputy.
That she's actually a Muslim, you know, and that the governor is also a Muslim. And in Kaduna, they have the Christian Muslim population, even a large chunk.
A large chunk, yes, yes.
Southern Kaduna.
It's a very liberal state.
But the governor had said then that he was speaking based on merit, and this is the best person for the job, and this is why he wants her, and she's there. You get, again, good move is that, you know, she's a woman, and I don't like tokenism, but she deserves it.
No, yeah, yes.
And she has proven.
You know, she's proven that yeah, exactly.
That's it.
That's it.
A religion or a gender. You get. So, hopefully, eventually, we would move away from these lines that separate us. Hopefully. But I don't know if that will be immediate, but eventually it's something that I hope we can surmount.
Yeah, the only hope for me is that I hope that this governor, if he wins the elections, he would give her as much of responsibility and as much of a free hand as Governor El-Rufai has done, because yes, she might be competent, but also give it to the governor that has allowed her be her, that has allowed her grow. We see a lot of deputy governors. We see a lot of things that governors do. There are some states that you've never even heard of their deputy governor. Never.
River State.
I was expecting that. I was expecting it. Like, you don't even know who their deputy governor is. You've never heard of who their deputy governor.
I don't know
Nothing.
if I will be chastised for this, but these days it doesn't even matter. But honestly, I never.
There are plenty. Please, who's governor? I heard is deputy governor.
I don't know. I don't know. But I never heard of.
Okay. If we even say we leave the south, yeah. Do you know Governor Abiodun's deputy governor?
Do you know Governor Zulum's deputy? We like Zulum a lot because of what he has achieved.
Oh wow!
But do you know?
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Who's his deputy governor?
Exactly.
Oh wow!
Fair is fair.
Yeah.
Zulum's deputy
Yeah,
governor?
exactly. That's true. That is very, very true. But it might also be because they have a governor that is just always there. He's just very hands-on.
Is Seyi Makinde not always there? Is he not very hands-on?
The only time that you heard about the deputy governor is when he was in the news that he wanted to
exactly my point. But even
him.
under Ajimobi too, let's
no, that man one very old man like that's what I'm saying, that it's not
okay. Who is Fayemi's deputy governor? Governor of Ekiti.
I know the man.
You know the man.
I know him. That man is
exactly.
Wait. Chief Egbeyemi.
Yes. Thank you. Chief
yes.
Who knows him? What has he done? Has he acted as governor? Has he? You see,
that's the thing. I think that governors, a lot of governors do not help. They do not allow.
Is my point.
So shout out to Governor El-Rufai. The fact that he even giving her, he actually gives her so many roles. She's literally, hands down, I would say that she's probably the most vibrant deputy governor you have in the country.
No.
If
the deputy governor of Kogi State,
the man likes taking pictures.
But he's hardworking, he's vibrant. The deputy governor of Edo State. You can't take that away. The deputy governor of Lagos State.
Oh, the deputy governor of Lagos State as well. Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So
that's the thing. I think that their principles.
Who is Soludo's deputy? Soludo that just came in.
A woman.
Who is the person?
They just came in.
Did this woman just come in and read budget?
See, El-Rufai has a lot of things on his plate. Anambra doesn't have so much, you know. Kaduna is a very
Anambra has even much more things on their own plate than Kaduna.
Kaduna is like you're dealing with Lagos, so don't be.
Anambra is the same.
That's anyway.
It's a fact.
Anyway,
it's a fact.
To me, shout out to the few governors that allow their deputy governors thrive. Yeah, it's not a small feat, because the truth is that whether we like it or not, the idea is for you to reduce load off you, take load off you. Some people, maybe it's because just of political reasons, that's why the deputy governor is just there, or because they don't feel that, or they just want to be in the news all by themselves, or by, you know. But it's a thing in Nigeria. Our deputy governors we don't see them a lot. So shout out to this woman. I think that we know that she's doing amazing work in Kaduna State. We hope that her new principal, if he wins, would also allow her be her as well. And so moving off that, I'm going to my best governor in this life. My best governor ever. For people that watch Boombar, you will know who I'm already talking about. My best governor in his life, Governor Zulum. See, he's not for Boko Haram. I should move to Borno State. But he's probably in the plans, or my future plans. You never know. But let's go there. Anyway, Governor Zulum has said that there is no more space in Borno State for repentant Boko Haram members. He's saying that there is lack of space to accommodate anybody anymore. So anybody that wants to repent, you should go and repent somewhere else.
That's it.
Which, in my dictionary from day one, I never understood the concept of repentant terrorists. I know that those things are in the law. There are laws, there are international laws actually that allows for those things. But he's saying that they do not have such space for such things anymore. Because he said this while he was inaugurating a committee that is trying to repatriate Borno citizens living in Chad, Niger, and Cameroon back to the state. So now they're talking about how they're looking for space to bring back their own citizens that terrorism and banditry are sent to other neighboring countries. They're trying to bring them back to resettle them. So that's what their priority is right now, and not space for repentant Boko Haram members.
Yeah, there are different ways to go about it, which also shows that there might have been a window for repentance, and that window is now shut. It's not necessarily like it never happened or shouldn't have happened or could have happened. They're saying it might have been, and now saying that period is over. The ways to communicate.
Before you continue, you were talking about it before. This new committee is chaired by the state's deputy governor, Alhaji Umar Kadafo. See?
In your life, have you ever heard that name before?
I've heard it now. His deputy governor.
Why did you answer?
His deputy governor. I heard it now.
No. Why are people always like this?
Now.
This is live. We're streaming live.
I'm sorry.
Have you ever heard that name before? What does it cost you to say yes or no?
I just heard it now.
Have you ever heard that name before?
Before today, maybe not.
Not maybe. Have you ever?
No.
Simple.
I shall know that there's nothing wrong that my governor can do. Simple and short.
And that's the problem of the world. When we idolize these people, we tend to...
Maybe in 2023, maybe we can have another conversation. But now, that's it for me.
Okay.
I'm listening to you.
And your pedestal. I hope that when it falls flat on all of you people that are, believing in human beings as demigods.
I'm not believing in as demigods.
No. There's a statement you made, even if it was a joke. You said he can do no wrong, and I remember that whenever people say that, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. Yeah, it's a red flag.
Moving on.
We've heard that before.
Moving on.
Now that's all I hear now.
Moving on. I know where you're going to. Just move on.
So, as soon as I hear it, my head starts to tingle. Like,
oh God.
My ear is...
We don't have a lot of time.
Oh, so don't say that again. He can do wrong, and we will come for him when he does wrong. If he does wrong. I'm just happy with anything that's done in the area of security, the area of welfare. And, the man shut down the IDP camps, built houses for people, gave them money, and told them to move out. The man is serious. Like, I don't want this refugee situation in this state anymore. So how do you stop it? By tackling the cause.
And
then providing a solution. This is what governance is. There is a problem. You tackle it headlong, and there are palliatives in the form of IDP camps. Now there are permanent solutions in the area of rebuilding these communities and giving them seed money, so they actually do hit the ground running. So yes, I know that the military will say that it's not their job to judge terrorists, but it's their job to send them to God for judgment. So they're not going to be the one to judge you, but they have to make you available. You make of that whatever you will. And that's what Governor Zulum is saying.
Yeah, so it's very, very interesting, as also there's news that the federal government, through the Minister of Information and Culture, has said in London that it's time for Nigeria's looted artifacts to return home. He said this during his visit to the British Museum, where they took him to the vault and all that. And then when he was done, I was like, that he's thanking the country for keeping Nigeria's artifacts safe, but it's time they return them back to its rightful owners. Which I agree with. Like, shout out to you people. You people know how to keep this thing safe, yeah? But they're not yours. Right?
Those things were stolen from Africa.
They're not yours.
Because they didn't just develop wings and fly. neither did they just
Like,
sail on their own.
there is a head of
across
there is
the
an
seas.
Africa section in a British museum
Why?
that has African stuff
Why?
that was stolen. Return it.
One of
Thank
my
you.
favorite people in the world.
You have kept it.
When he
enough.
wants to say why, he said why. So let's ask the British, ask the Germans and all the other people with African artifacts. How now?
Like, why?
Did you guys buy it? Who sold it to you?
Sold it to you.
Can we see your receipt? Please return these things to us. Thank you.
God bless you.
As you comply, God bless you.
Okay. Finally, before we go, okay, then maybe we'll be able to take one or two things. For people that do not know, there's news now as Big Brother Naija is back. Season 7. Wow. That's a long time, yeah. And it's set to begin July 23rd, where the winner is to get 100 million naira. They're talking about there are a lot of things that are back on the show now. We know that because of COVID, a lot of things did not happen. There was one season that didn't happen. The next season that happened last year, there was a lot of restrictions back and forth. So there are things like the weekly shows are back. The weekly shows seem to be back. There's a double lunch show that is happening on the Saturday 23rd and on Sunday 24th as well. So yes, the ninjas that come into the house and all that will be back and all that. So, you know.
Yeah, we all know that Big Brother Naija has become like something so massive now, yeah? And it has a massive followership.
Oh yeah.
And just brace yourself, because I don't know if they're going to decide to do double and put 30-something people in the house, or do the normal maybe 12 or whatever numbers they pick. Get ready for stands
again. We're back to
but
my issue is I have a question with these people.
The strangers that they just met.
I've never met anybody that
them.
is those things here. Weirdly, maybe because I don't have friends that do those things. But my question, if I ever meet any one of those people, is that what happens? Is it that is the same sort of people that shift from an old person to a new person, or there's just a new crop of people separate from maybe like season 5-1 or season 6? Because you see all these people, the way they go about, they buy gifts for these people, they do all sorts of things, spend money and all that. So my question is it that they move from season to season, like from one person to another person this season and then move to another person next season, or they just,
or they just manufacture a
new set of people? Like, I don't get it. It's not, at times it just does not add up.
It gets to a frenzy. You see people, fighting themselves physically, people raising money. Then you see some celebrities, in quote, supporting this person. And, it's interesting.
And then it becomes very toxic.
I just don't like the toxic angle to it, but I like the fact that
insulting each other.
That platform has created, new talent.
Oh yes,
and exposed a lot of people.
Oh yes, it is a major platform for
probably
people.
Would never seen
I've heard
or heard about. So the positive aspect of Big Brother, regardless of what people will tell you, is that it's actually a good platform to expose yourself, and you get to create a brand. You have a chance to maybe just launder your own image and become
we see how people, like, it literally has alumni that they're doing like amazing and all that. So yes, I think that is a huge brand, is a good brand that is literally, the word is more like catapulted people to fame. But let's just be calming down with our fandom.
I like the catapult thing.
Yeah, literally just takes people overnight out of the world. So on that note, that is all we're able to take today on the Boombar. Thank you for listening. Thank you very, very much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow Wednesday, on another edition of The Bar. It is on Boom Radio NG on YouTube. We're Boom Radio and Boom Radio on Facebook. It is Boom Radio NG on Instagram and Boom Radio NG on Boom Radio, Boom Radio NG on Twitter as well, and it's boomradiong.com. On the website, if you have an Android, you could go download our app. It is just Boom Radio NG. Just search for Boom Radio NG, download, and hit the play button. That's all. It's that simple. So on that note, have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead. I'll be back again tomorrow. My name is Ola Delupa. You know, the one and only. Peace.